Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to ETM Genius.
I am Amshad Faisal from ETM Academy Islamabad, and if you are an HSSC student following the FPIC curriculum at national or international level, this video is a must-watch for you. If you are a student struggling with report writing, don't worry because I've got you covered. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to write a structured, clear, and an impressive report that will wow your teachers. So let's begin with the learning objectives. What are you going to learn in this lecture? First of all, you are going to know what is the report and why is it written? What is the purpose of a report? Then we will follow a structured approach to write a report because everything has a structure. You cannot write anything in an unorganized manner. Thirdly, we will write a well-organized report on a given topic as a practice. So without further ado, let's start. Here is a report breakdown by FPISC. This report is actually included in both HSSC 1 and HSSC 2 curriculum by FPISC. So it is the question number 6 in both the papers.
Let's first have a look at the report breakdown by FPISC.
First of all, your date, your to and from, who are you writing the report, and from whom the report is being written by. So, and the subject, all of these carry 2 marks altogether, 0.5 marks for each. Then comes the introduction. In introduction, you have to write what is the purpose of your report, which carries 1 mark. It should not be too lengthy because most of the students, they focus on writing introduction of longer paragraphs. So try to contain it in 3 to 4 lines. Then comes the body of the paragraph, that is also the body of the report, which is also the backbone of your report. Here you are going to discuss each and every detail. You will be given some points, and you will have to write a report according to those points. Most probably, you will be given 4 points. So discussing each point individually in individual paragraphs, you will be given 1 mark for each. Then comes the ending or the closing, where you will conclude your report. You will give the suggestions and recommendations, and then you will sign it off.
And as far as the pattern of the report is concerned,
You have the date first, which is probably written in the right top corner of your page, or wherever you are starting the report from. Then comes to, here you are going to write to whom you are writing. Then comes from, like who is writing the report, who are you, what role do you have. Then comes the subject, it's going to be a title of the report. Then the introduction. Then comes the body of the report. You have to break down each point into separate paragraphs. Then comes the conclusion, a few suggestions, and then the closing remarks. Now coming to our main point, what is a report? How exactly you can write a report? So basically, report is a formal document that presents facts about a specific topic in a structured way. It is commonly used in academics, business, and official reports. So this is actually about what facts are you talking about?
let's say you are assigned to write
A formal report about a school function that you attended recently. You will have to include the factual information about those events and what happened in that function overall, and what are the suggestions or the recommendations that you would like to give to the school committee or the responsible people to make that better. But what exactly is report, and why is it important? Why do we write reports? Reports actually helps us in decision making. They provide factual information and they keep the official records. So whether it's a school report, a business report, or even a news report, knowing how to write one is a valuable skill.
If you are writing a report and don't know where to start,
We have a step-by-step breakdown of writing a report. First of all, you have to understand the topic. Then you have to start planning your report. And lastly, you have to write the actual report. But how to understand the topic? How are you going to plan the report? And why and how and what is going to be included in the report? So let's start with understanding the topic. First of all, you have to ask yourself three important questions. Number one, what is the purpose of the report? Who is the audience? Are you writing for a teacher, principal, school, administration, or is it a business report? What information is needed?
what information is actually required to write a report? So, for example, let's say you have been given a task.
To write a report on the poor conditions of the school canteen. The purpose will be to highlight the problems and suggest improvements. And who's going to be your audience? Obviously, the school principal and the administration. And what will be the information? It will be the issues like hygiene, food variety, and pricing. Got it? Great. Coming to the planning of your report, your main section. Now that we understand the topic, let's plan our report. A well-structured report is divided into five main sections. The title, introduction, why are you even writing this report? What is the purpose of your report? Body of the report, you have to give the facts, evidence, observations, and you have to include the points that are being provided to you. Then comes the conclusion. You have to summarize the main points of the reports. Then the recommendations or the suggestions for the improvement of the conditions. Think of these sections as the building blocks of your report. Each section plays an important role.
We'll break down and learn how to write each of the step one by one in the next section, so you'll be able to write it yourself.
First of all, we have the title. Grab your notebook and let's do this all together. The title should be short and clear. For example, if you are writing it on the condition of school canteen, you have to make it concise. Directly a report on the condition of the school canteen. Then comes the introduction. In introduction, you'll have to explain why are you writing this report? What is the purpose of your report? Your introduction should be brief and direct and states why the report is written in 3 to 4 lines, not more than that. So, for example, if we are writing a report on the condition of the school canteen, we can say the purpose of this report is to highlight the poor conditions of the school canteen. And why are you writing this report? Because many students have complained about hygiene issues, limited food options, and high prices. So that's how you write an introduction. Short, clear, and straight to the point. Coming to the body of the report, which is the most important part. It is divided into sections. First, we have to, for example, if we are given 3 to 4 points, first about the hygiene issue, second about the food options, and third about high prices. Each of our paragraph is going to be dedicated to each of these points. First of all, we'll have to discuss the hygiene issues. You have to organize the facts into sections with headings, and each paragraph should focus on one issue. You cannot merge or mix one issue with another. You have to make it separate. So coming to the first issue, that will be the hygiene issue, you'll have to say that the canteen is not cleaned regularly, or maybe you have seen flies and insects around the food, or there are some other problems. Then, once you have talked about the hygiene issues, you can include the points, obviously. Once you have talked about the hygiene issues in 3 to 4 lines, then you'll come to the limited food options. You have to mention that there are only few items available. Maybe there's only chips available or only the biscuits available, and the students might need more than that. Or you can also add that there are no healthy options like fruits, vegetables, sandwiches, juices, milkshakes. So this is how you are going to address this issue. Then you can add another point, which is high prices. If that's mentioned in the report, if they have provided you this point, you have to mention that the prices are here compared to outside shops, or they are charging more for the less food. So you have to address this. See how each problem is explained clearly under different headings. This makes the report easy to read. You have to divide it into the sections. You have to make sure that every issue that you have, every concern that you have, is um, propagated and told in a clear way.
If you have
Written the body of the paragraph, you have completed majority of your report. Then comes the conclusion, where you summarize the key findings in one paragraph. You don't have to make points for the conclusion, you just have to summarize what you have gathered from all the facts and the observations. So you can, for example, again for the same problem, you can say school canteen has several issues like poor hygiene or lack of variety of food options and the high pricing. So these problems are affecting the students' health and their satisfaction, and there is an immediate need to improve the canteen's condition. That's it. You don't have to exaggerate it. Once you are done with the conclusion, then comes the recommendations or the suggestions. You have to recommend the solutions or suggest some solutions to solve these problems. You have to provide a practical solution, and to make it clear, you can use the bullet points. So for the issue of canteen, um, you can write that you can suggest that regular cleaning of the canteen is required, addition of healthy food options is required, and fair pricing of food items must be done. So see how writing a report isn't that hard when you follow the right structure, right?
now you know all the parts of the report.
Title, then the introduction, then the body of the report, conclusion, and with the suggestions. Now let's understand it well with the help of a report that I took from a model paper from HSSC, provided by FBIAC. So the report says, suppose you are a member of a literary society of your college, and the principal has asked you to prepare a report on the condition of the college library. Your report should include the following points. Now, these points are going to address um, the problems that you have, and you have to include them in the body of your paragraph. And you have to uh, make your suggestions and recommendations based on these points and what you have concluded after writing the body paragraph. So the first point is the condition of library building, reading hall and seating capacity. Number 2, number of books and magazines available for borrowing. Number 3, state of the reference section. Number 4, recommendations for the purchase of new books and improvements.
Let's start writing a report on this section.
First of all, you have the date. Then you have the recipient, to whom the report is addressed. Is it the principal, the manager, or the teacher? Then comes the writer's name or the designation, the name of a person writing the report. So if you are writing a report for library, then you will have to address yourself as the member of literary society. Then comes the subject. Subject is going to be a short title that tells what the report is about. So in this condition, we can write report on the condition of the college library. Then comes the introduction. Introduction briefly explains the purpose of the report, as we have discussed earlier. It's going to answer who, what, and why. So let's see what is written there. The purpose of this report is to assess the current condition of the college. They have straightforwardly said that why are they writing the report. The library is a crucial academic resource for students, but certain issues need to be addressed to enhance its usability. Now they have stated their purpose. Now why they do need to improve the condition of the library, and they have stated the reason why the academic resources are not enough and why there is a need to address this issue. So this report covers the physical condition of the library, the availability of the books and magazines, the state of the reference section, and recommendations. See how the points that are given in the question, they are see these points, they are clearly mentioned here with coherence without making it look weird.
Now comes the actual body of the report.
This is the main part where you present facts, and it is divided into subsections according to the points given. So you have to you are going to present the facts. First of all, you are going to talk about the condition of the library building and seating, stating that the structure is not good, library is in moderate condition and it requires maintenance. The reading hall is spacious but it lacks proper lighting and ventilation. The seating capacity is limited, and there should be more seating capacity for the students who want to sit. So this is the first issue that's been addressed, which is the condition of the library building and the seating. Then the second thing is going to be about the number of books and magazines. So you have to mention how many books and magazines are available and whether they are up to date, mentioning that the library has a collection of books, but many of them are outdated. There are and academic journals available, but they are limited, which is restricting the access to the recent knowledge for the students. Once you have talked about this, then comes the reference, the third point, which was going to be about the reference section. We have to talk about the dictionaries, encyclopedias, and the academic journals, because reference section contains important books, but you can mention that some of them are old and worn out, so there is a need for updated material, and also the organization of books needs improvements. So that's how we have created our body of the report in three to four paragraphs, addressing different points in each paragraph. Then comes the conclusion. Now, here you have to summarize the findings and emphasize the need for improvement. You are going to state that the library is a valuable resource for students, but it does need maintenance. So, there is a need for better books, better lighting, better ventilation, improved seating arrangements, etc. These are the summarized points that you have discussed in the body of the report. Then comes the suggestions and or the recommendation. These are the uh, list of actions that should be taken to improve the situation of the library. You can suggest them to purchase new books and update the outdated editions. You can ask them to subscribe to our academic journals and magazines. You can suggest there is a need of due to their because there is a need of an improved ventilation. They should look into this matter to make the area more bright and ventilated. Then you can also add that they should increase the seating capacity to accommodate more students. They should repair the damaged reference books, or they may update the collection. And they should also implement a digital catalog system for better and easier book access.
By now, you should know
Exactly how to write a perfect report. So if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more study tips and writing lessons. Subscribe to Eatem Genius. Happy writing, and see you in the next video.